501 Contractor Tips for Contractors by Greg Vandenberg. In my book, 501 Contractor Tips, there's a lot of information in there on problems that you could run into. And it's kind of like an awareness book of making contractors aware of problems that could happen or things to avoid certain situations. Here's another one of them that could be a big problem. If you're going to be giving an estimate and you might be working for someone who's retired or has a lot of time on their hands, try to keep something in the back of your mind here. These people might be watching you. They'll be around all day. I've had clients they don't leave. I've had to actually tell them to leave. Leave. You're going to have to leave. I'm not getting anything done. I got to get this work done. You're asking me too many questions. This stuff happens, and it's how you deal with it is what's going to separate you from the other contractors. I've always had a problem until recently dealing with stuff without making it sound like I was really mad. It's kind of an aggressive kind of mentality, and this isn't a good thing to have. Actually the one time the guy was right there, watching me, and he kept asking me questions. I told him, I says, hey, you're going to have to leave me alone. I can't get my work. I actually had to have the general contractor tell him not to come back on the property. This is how bad it got. Later on he did, but the questions got fewer. That's not really the problem. It's not the problem after. It's not like, hey, I've solved this problem. Think about this. This man that I'm talking about probably cost me about 40 hours. It was a whole house remodel we were working on. And this was after about a month of him coming up. I just couldn't take it anymore. Now, it wasn't just the money that I lost. It was the way this man made me feel. He was always asking me questions like he was testing me. Do I know what I'm doing? Are you using the right wood? Should you be doing this? And again, you don't need to be defending yourself. These are the red flags you're going to be looking for in new clients, people that you're going to be working for. If you don't get along with them while you're giving the estimate, there's a good chance that you're not going to get along with them when you're working on the project. So just give this some thought. If you have someone who's going to be home all day or has plenty of free time, they could become a nuisance to you while you're working on the job. So wouldn't be a bad idea to ask them, or somehow put it in a polite way, like, hey, you're not going to be hovering over me. You're not going to be watching everything that I do, are you? It's like you're planting a seed in their mind, which is what a lot of the psychology is involved in business anyway, planting the seed. What they do with it is the plant growing. That's what they do. Someone else is going to grow in a different direction. So again, when you're giving estimates, watch these people, listen to what they have to say, pay attention to the way they're presenting themselves. Pay attention to the surroundings, what type of a house they live in, what kind of car they drive. And it's really going to give you a lot of signs. If you're paying attention, you're going to be able to pick up. And like I said, you want to eliminate as many problems as you can before you start the job. So this would be one of them. Someone with a lot of free time could be a nuisance to you. Visit some of our other websites today for more information about home building, remodeling, construction, and even a little bit of personal development stuff.